Last time these two teams have met last year here on this field, A&M ended up no-hitting Prairie View, combined no-hitter between Levitt and Emily Kennedy. 12-0 was that score. Here we go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this one here. It'll be Mia Nunez, Nia Brown, and Viviana Figueroa, three lefties to lead this one off against Levitt here in the top half of the first inning. First pitch of the game is a strike. Dealt high on the outside corner, and we're underway. Umpires today, Kevin Davis, the crew chief behind the plate, Annette Bergman. We just hung out with her in Baton Rouge. She probably had more fun than we did at first base, and Lyndon Baptiste is over at third. That's your umpiring crew here tonight. Change-up, grounded to the right side, and in the hole, nice play by Amari Harper, who will backhand it, underhand flip to Trinity Cannon at first for out number one. And Donna, a little bit, we'll set the defense here. A little bit different look here, getting some Aggies some different looks. Amari, who we've seen at both spots, is now back at second base from first. Trinity Cannon, primarily the DP, is now back at first base. Rylan Wiggins back at third base for the first time, I think, all year. And Coco's at short. So a little different look here for the Aggies on the midweek.
Yeah, this is looking like last year's consistent infield.
Yeah. So, again, it's a versatile infield, and we've seen them be able to move some people around some. Nia Brown, the right fielder, will step in from the left side, a sophomore out of Garland. Brown on the season, a .333 hitter, starting her second game of the year. Swings and misses at one up in the zone, 1-1. Just underway, no score, top half of the first inning. Aggies have the infield in here against the lefty slapper Brown, who has one stolen base on the year, has one run driven in, just 1 for 3 at the plate. This one is inside, misses, 2 balls and 1 strike. Panthers as a team hitting .288 on the year, 19 home runs, 157 runs driven in. A lot of their power numbers lead the SWAC, and we'll definitely talk about that as the broadcast goes. This is a team that is used to winning in that league. That pitch is a strike called on the outside corner at 67 miles an hour, and the count is even at 2. If you're watching on TV, you can see, but if you're listening to us, home plate is in the shade. Everything else is in the sun right now. There's a big shade box right on top of home plate. So the pitcher's in the sun, and the hitter and the catcher in the shade. 2-2, change-up, fouled off at the plate. Came up and hit the batter in the box, and that's just a foul ball, so we'll hold it 2-2. Neglected to mention, obviously, didn't mean to, Grayson Coleman behind the plate. Grayson is going to get her third start of the season. I did not see any action this weekend in Baton Rouge. And she is the catcher here today for Texas A&M. Outfield the same as we saw all weekend. Kramer Eschte, Jazz Hill, Allie Enright left to right. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Look like a rise up and out of the zone. That's 2 outs.
That's exactly what we're talking about with that rise ball. When she gets that working, that she can get it to jump that last couple feet towards home plate, she's going to get a lot of swing and misses on that pitch.
That was just below the letters, but off the plate. Great pitch, 2 outs. Here's Viviana Figueroa, the catcher. Senior out of Natalia, Texas. First pitch is high for a ball. Left-handed batter. Figueroa, a .342 hitter, 2 home runs, 18 runs driven in, has 3 doubles, 1 triple as well on the year. Second on the team in stolen bases with 6. Levitt ready, here's the pitch. Paints the outside corner at the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, definitely some speed at the top of this lineup for the Panthers. So you want to make sure you keep them off the base paths.
That's well off the plate, 2-1. Panthers 16-14 on the year, but you know, a lot of those lumps get taken in non-conference. They have won 12 of their last 13 games coming into this one. They started the year 4-13. They have rolled undefeated through SWAC play. Their only loss in this stretch was last week, 1 week ago today, against Houston at the University of Houston. Change up, strike called, outside corner at the belt, 2-2. That changeup is such a key pitch for Levitt, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks really good, and she takes so much off of it that, again, that's what's going to keep the hitters off balance.
2-2 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, blew it right by her at the letters on the outside corner. So Levitt, 32 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just .249 against Reyna, right-handed pitcher. First batter she'll face in the bottom of the first is Amari Harper. sophomore out of Corona. First pitch is a curveball that catches the inside corner for strike one. Amari on the year, a .387 hitter, 6 runs driven in. No home runs, 3 stolen bases. Seeing her kind of float back and forth a bit from the bottom of the lineup, then in the middle a little bit, now up at the top. This one's outside, 1-1. She, where was she on Thursday? She was in the 2-hole Thursday and then moved up to the leadoff spot. And when she did that, she went walk, single, walk, walk, and then in the next game got on base a couple times as well. So steady player in that leadoff spot. Little flare foul past Jeff Harger, and the count's 1-2.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what you want at the top of your lineup, is somebody who's steady. And I've always said about Amari is she's so consistent at the plate. She always puts together really good at bats. You also see she's pretty high up there in batting average right now overall for the team. I think she might be leading the team in batting average. And on base percentage, she's, I think, second behind Coco. So
called strike 3 on a changeup on the edge of the plate from Reyna. 61 miles an hour. Punch her out, 1 down.
Shortstop number 3, Coco Woolley.
One thing the Aggies are going to have to adjust to here is, again, Reyna's not going to throw hard, low 60s. So it's something you don't see a whole ton in the SEC. So the Aggies are going to have to kind of temper a little bit at the plate and stay patient. Here is Coco Woolley, the Aggie shortstop. Bunt to the right side, came up and got her, and they say it was in the box, so it's going to be a foul ball as that one came up and hit her, and the home plate umpire says in the box, so it's strike 1. Again, that rule, if you're not familiar with it, if the ball comes up and hits her outside of the box in the field of play, it's out. But in that case, just a foul ball, 0-1. Coco grounds this one foul right side. And we have an illegal pitch from Annette Bergman over at first base. So illegal pitch called on the pitcher. That was a foul ball that won't count. So the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter, Coco Woolley, the junior out of LaPorte, Texas. .344 hitter, a home run, and 5 runs driven in.
Haven't seen that many illegal pitches thrown this year.
Little flip flare, base hit fair, down the line, third base side. Coco's on the move and into second base, safe. Sliding into second with a 1-out double. Just kind of guided that ball over the drawn-in third baseman, Donna, and she picks up double number 3 on the year.
Yeah, I had no doubt when that ball went over third base that she was taking 2, just because of the speed in which it landed. And the outfield was playing her fairly straight up. So, again, that's just heads-up base running by Coco.
There's Jazz Hill, the Aggies grad transfer center fielder out of Norwalk, California. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Jazz on the season, a .366 hitter, 8 homers, 29 runs driven in. 1 out, runner at second is Coco Woolley, and the Aggies and Prairie View scoreless. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. Changeup taken down for a ball, 2-0. Nunez, Garcia, and Brown are your outfielders. Davis, Smith, Talley, and Garza your infielders left to right. Figueroa behind the plate, left-handed catcher. Don't see those all that often. And, of course, Reyna in the circle. 2-0 pitch to Jazz. That's way high, 3 balls and no strikes.
We were talking about the difference in speed earlier with what they're going to see with Reyna. That changeup coming in at 47 miles an hour. So you're right, it is a huge adjustment. He's got to figure out, it's just about sitting back, and it's just waiting and getting everything going a little bit longer. So it's finding that point where you're going to load, and you just have to extend it, let it get deeper, and just find it, really. Yeah. Jazz takes a pitch on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike the count to the Aggies center fielder. Pitch, swing and a miss. They're just kind of mistimed it. It was center cut a little bit up in the zone maybe, and count now full, 3-2. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you wait too long. You're not really sure this first at-bat's really going to be about getting your timing down.
Reyna ready. Here's the 3-2. That's well outside. That's ball 4. That ball across the chalk of the left-handed batter's box. So first and second now for the Aggie first baseman, Trinity Cannon.
for your Aggies, first baseman, number 6.
Trin, the senior out of Forney, is hitting .307 on the year, leading the team with 10 home runs, 32 runs driven in. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Trinity fouls this one off right side. Aggies this weekend, of course, getting swept in Baton Rouge, and it sounds like they were dominated just when you say that, but that is far from the case. They had chance after chance after chance all weekend and just not able to kind of get a big hit. That pitch is in the air to right center field. The wind's pulling it deep into the corner in right center field. Caught on the warning track by the right fielder Brown. The runner's tagging up. Here comes Coco around. She'll score. Throw goes wide of home and into the net behind home plate. And into third on the throwing error is Jazz Hill. Fly ball to, honestly, the deepest part of the ballpark in right center. Donna Coco didn't stop. She rounded third and came all the way around.
Again, just really aggressive base running by the Aggies. Man, the wind today is, I think, what kept that in this ballpark. Just, you're right, the deepest part out in right center. And as soon as that ball is caught, Coco never lets up. Jazz Hill even tagging up from first there.
1-0 Texas A&M. First pitch is a ball to Allie Enright. Runner at third is Jazz Hill. So if you're scoring with us at home, it's going to be a sacrifice fly, a 2-base sac fly for Trinity Cannon. Scoring Coco. Jazz moves to third on the error. Second on the fly ball, third on the throwing error by the right fielder. There's a strike at the belt to Allie, 1-1 the count. So 1-0 Aggies, who scored in the first inning on Thursday, the first inning on Friday, and then the second inning on Saturday, and that's pretty much where their offense stopped every one of the games this weekend. Allie, a .381 hitter, 8 homers, 34 runs driven in. Drop ball misses off the plate, 2-1 the count.
Come on, Allie.
Two-one. Strike just above the belt on the inner half. 2-2 to Allie Enright. Next pitch. Outside, and the count is full. To the Aggie right fielder. 1-0 Aggies on the sacrifice fly by Trinity Cannon. Panthers have the corners in just a tad here on another full count offering. Way high, ball 4. So we had a strikeout, a double, a walk, a 2-base sacrifice fly, and now another walk. Runners at the corners for Maya Perez, the freshman, the DP today, left-handed hitter out of Corona, California. 160 hitter on the year with 2 runs driven in. 6th start of the year for Maya.
You'd love to see the freshman with an opportunity with runners on base here. And the Aggies seem to like to score with 2 outs. So here's a great opportunity for the freshman to drive in some runs.
Yeah, and this is one of these games where, you know, the Aggies need to work their depth, test that depth, and Maya is one of the first pinch hitters off the bench. We'll get a chance to start today. First pitch is a strike called on the outside corner. Figueroa, the catcher, popping up there thinking Allie might run, but she doesn't. Allie 4 stolen bases on the year. First and third, 2 outs. Aggies up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Strike 2. Outside corner. Probably belt high, I'd say. Right across the outside black on Maya.
Yeah, Raina's been consistent over the plate. She's working the corners, and again, you're right, most of these pitches are about belt high, so it's just about pulling the trigger.
There's the 0-2 pitch. Change up, runners going. That's hit into center field. It will get down for a base hit. Allie's going first to third. Here's the throw. Slides around the tag, and they say out. Says it got her on the shoulder with Lyndon Baptiste. So Allie is rung up, going first to third on a good throw from the center fielder Garcia, but the run will score. Davis, the weather's going to be awesome all weekend long, so it should be fun. First pitch from Emily Levitt to Jalen Davis, the third baseman, is a ball as it bounces in. Jalen is a right-handed hitter. She'll be followed by Hannah Garza and Tamara McKnight for the Panthers. 2-0 Aggies. Here's the head to the top of the second. Jalen Davis is a senior out of Liberty. Next pitch fouled off at the plate, and the count is even at 1. On the season, a .368 hitter, 6 doubles, 4 homers, 19 runs driven in. She, along with the leadoff hitter Mia Nunez, clearly like the 2 top hitters on this team. Viviana Figueroa, who we saw at the end of the last inning, also up there. They've got 3 kids hitting over .340 this year, do the Panthers. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Aggies, as expected, with the sweep at LSU, or being swept at LSU, they did fall in the polls, but not as much as you'd think they might. Pitch foul back onto the net. Polls entering this weekend, the Aggies are 13th in the NFCA coaches poll, 14th in the ESPN USA softball poll, which is the one we use, and also in Softball America, and then 17 in D1 softball. So
that was the biggest drop, I think.
yeah, and that one tends to kind of go up and down quite a bit. Pitch, change up, strike 3 called at the belt. Levitt has struck out 3 straight hitters, 1 down here in the second inning.
Yeah, if you're Trisha Ford, you're real happy with the way Levitt's commanding the strike zone right now. Again, not leaving too much in the zone, but just getting those pitches to move and do what they're supposed to do.
Hannah Garza, the first baseman, steps in from the left side and swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Garza wears number 30. She is a junior out of Lyford, Texas. .278 hitter, starting her 13th game, a home run and 10 runs driven in. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Here's my favorite data nerd number from as far as rankings and whatnot of the weekend, Donna. The Aggies, you know, they go to LSU, who's a very good team, and they get swept. Aggies went up in the RPI. Their RPI went from 8 to 7. One hopper, nice backhand by Amari at second base, moving towards the bag, and she'll throw her out at first. Very slick play there by Harper, 2 down.
Harper doing a nice job of flashing the leather. But like you were talking about, Matt, you know, it feels like every SEC series, it's just top 10, top 25 matchups every single weekend. So how does that RPI not go up? It's the best playing the best every single weekend.
It's pretty wild, isn't it? It's the Aggies at 8 in the RPI. Excuse me, at 7 in the RPI. There's 5 SEC teams in the top 10 in the RPI. Ball 1 to Tamara McKnight, the DP. 2-0 Aggies here, 2 outs in the second. LSU, highest ranked team in the RPI. This is that number that the committee can use to measure strength of schedule and big wins and bad losses and all that. LSU sits at 3. Georgia sits at 5. This one's high, 2-0. Missouri 6, A&M 7, Tennessee 9. And you talk about the strength of the SEC, Donna, this number cracks me up. So every single SEC team is in the top 30, except for Ole Miss. So that's 12. There's the 1-0 pitch. It's a strike at the belt. Excuse me, it's 2-1, I believe, is the count to the batter here. The second closest league as far as teams in the RPI, top 30. So the SEC has 12. Pac-12 has 5. ACC has 5. Big 12 has 4, and the Big 10 has 1. Swing and a miss on a rise ball. Should even the count there. Yep, 2 balls and 2 strikes to count.
I mean, that just gives another nod to this league, right? Yeah. Just the consistency of and the product that's being put on the field every single year, every single team is just, they get better and better.
Change up, and that is a called strike 3. Floats in right at the knees, and Emily Levitt has punched out 4 of the first 6 Panther hitters here. I think Vanderbilt's the opponent. A&M softball, of course, home against Kentucky. 7, 8, 9 due up here in the second. It's Rylan Wiggins to lead it off, and the Aggie senior takes the first pitch high, ball 1. Rylan's hitting .282 on the year, 8 homers, 19 runs driven in. To continue with that RPI talk, And why I think, you know, you can, this pitch is a strike at the belt. Look, that wasn't fun this weekend, believe me. But you can't put a wild amount of stock into it because of the strength of the games. It's just the fact that that stuff's going to happen. I mean, you know, Arkansas, who's a pretty decent team, went into Georgia and took 2 of 3 this weekend. Pitch is high, 2-1. Remember the team the Aggies swept last weekend, Auburn? They beat Tennessee this weekend and snapped a 20-game win streak. So you're going to have those ebbs and flows throughout the season. But keep stacking up wins, and you can be playing at home in May. 2-1, down and out, 3-1.
Well, that's why we've talked about it with Coach Ford, how anytime you can grab extra wins in the SEC, that's why she wanted that Game 3 against Mississippi State, and it's why they wanted that Game 3 at Auburn, here against Auburn, which they got. It's just about snagging extra wins where you can.
3-1 pitch. There's a strike at the belt on the inside corner that'll fill it up against Rylan Wiggins. Aggies actually have more top 25 RPI wins than any team in the league except for Tennessee. They have 8 this year. Jam shot, pop foul right side. Diving attempt in front of the Prairie View dugout by the first baseman Garza. Great hustle. And she slid right across the batting circle there. That is a great effort. Just missed making the catch.
Oh, you said it. I love that effort by Garza. Just going all out anywhere that they can try and make a play and get an out for your pitcher. I love that.
You know, there are games the Aggies played earlier in the year that are going to start to sort of become nicer. I call it age. They age well.
Yeah.
Wins that the Aggies have earlier in the year that'll age well. Grounded foul. Left side by Rylan. San Diego State, the 2 wins at San Diego State.
Yep.
They're a top 30-ish team in the RPI. The 2 wins against Oregon. Oregon's a top 25 team right now, and the Aggies have 2 wins over them. You know, as you keep kind of going through, I know it's a loss, but Kansas is playing very well. So all of that stuff will start to add up as you go through the year. 3-2. High, ball 4. Good at bat, Rylan. That's an 8-pitch at bat, and she draws a walk to lead off this second inning. Aggies up 2-0 over Prairie View.
Absolutely nice at bat by Rylan. Just, again, if you're not seeing your exact pitch that you want, foul them off, keep working the count. For the Aggies, it's really about getting on base and stringing across, like just stringing together a longer inning, getting a crooked number on the board. That's what they want to feel in today's game.
Grayson Coleman swings and fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Grayson, a sophomore out of Hanford, California. Starting her 3rd game, she's 0 for 6 at the plate. Last plate appearance came in the Judy Garman Classic out in Fullerton. She went 0 for 4 in 2 games against Cal State Fullerton and DePaul. Runners going. There's a swing and a miss. Throw down is wide of the bag, and Wiggins slides in safe around the tag. As the throw, Donna brought the shortstop Smith across the front of the bag and sort of into the second base runner's line. Rylan's able to easily get in.
Yeah, that looked a little bit closer just based on where the throw was. Rylan just happened to slide at the right time and just missed that tag.
8th stolen base for Rylan. Grayson takes a pitch up, a ball and 2 strikes. Grayson last season, not a lot of at-bats this year. Last season had 8 hits, 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 9 runs driven in, and 45 at-bats. 1-2, well outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Take another look here as that throw down. If you're watching on TV, the throw pulls the shortstop in front of it. I think a good throw might get Rylan.
Yeah, Smith just had to come way over.
Yeah. Ground ball at 3rd, knockdown. Staying with it is Davis. Throws over in time. Rylan's going to move up to 3rd once the throw came through. So Grayson with the ground out. It's a productive out as it moves the runner to 3rd base.
Yeah, exactly. That, a productive out. Hit the ball hard, just right at Davis at 3rd base. Davis making a nice play, sticking with it. But you see how far Rylan comes off the bag there?
Yeah.
At 2nd. And she kind of holds. Davis just looking to get an out there. And as soon as she lets that throw go to 1st, she breaks for 3rd.
There's Kramer Echte. The first pitch is outside, 1-0 to the Aggie left fielder, the junior out of Brenham, Texas. Kramer on the season, a .306 hitter with 4 runs driven in. 2-0 Aggies here in the bottom of the second. Runner at third, 1 out. Kramer, the Aggies' best hitter over the weekend in Baton Rouge. Pitch grounded at the shortstop. That'll get a run home. Throw goes to first in time. RBI, Kramer, Echte, 3-0 Texas A&M.
Well, that's why what Ryland did on the at-bat before that on Grayson's ball to third is so important, because that extra 60 feet is why that run came across right there on Kramer's grounder to short.
Well, the aggressiveness matters. 100% right there.
It's aggressiveness, and it's also being smart, knowing when to take those chances.
Fouled off the bat of Amari Harper, 0-1. I think you might have been in the press thing when Coco Woolley was talking last week about she having to learn as she grows through this program of being aggressive yet being smart.
Yep.
And if fans remember the play against Auburn where she stole second, took third on the throw, and then came around to score,
right.
She said, you know, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have gone because there was nobody out. And that's just, she said, that's me being smart and knowing the situation. This pitch is high, 1-1 to Amari, who's 0 for 1 today.
At the same time, during that game, you watched Packer, the center fielder at that point, hesitated. And she hesitated. She held onto the ball in shallow center. Coco knows, if you hesitate, I'm gonna get a beat on it.
Amari showed bunt, took a rise ball up as she pulled the bat back. 2-1 the count. Run home here in the second. It's 3-0 Aggies. It's the Prairie View A&M Panthers. If you're watching from out of state, not sure where Prairie View is, they're about 40, 45 minutes away on the way down to Houston. One of the Aggies' sister schools in the Texas A&M University system. 2-1 pitch. Amari, slow grounder, foul off her front foot towards second base. So it counts 2-2.
They're right by that Buc-ee's in Waller.
Yes. We stopped there a time or 10. Yeah.
Every time I drive by.
Or every time. Yeah. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. Amari ready. Here's the pitch. And hits that into left center field. That is going to go all the way to the wall. Picked up out there by the left fielder Nunez, and Amari Harper with a 2-strike, 2-out double. Third hit of the game for Texas A&M.
Nice job by Amari sending that one out to left center. Watch where this ball just right over the outside corner of the plate. You see Amari keeps the hands back, lets it get deep, drives it right towards that 12 College World Series appearances sign. That's exactly where you want to go with that pitch.
So here's Coco, bloop double to left in the first and scored. Hits it on the ground at the shortstop. Throw to first will get her by a step. The Aggies will add to their lead. They tack on 8-9 to face Emily Levitt, Destiny Smith, Aaron Talley, and Audrey Garcia at the plate. First pitch to Smith is a strike from Levitt, who has struck out 4 of the first 6 batters of the game. Destiny Smith, a senior out of Seabrook, 224 hitter, starting her 29th game for the Panthers, 11 runs driven in. Swings and fouls this one off. It counts 0-2.
Levitt doing a nice job of getting ahead in the counts.
Rise misses up, 1-2. Panthers, as we told you in the open, lead the Western Division of the SWAC. Perfect 11-0 record. Popped up, coming back. It's going to make it into the stands. Lands in the club. We'll hold it 1-2.
A little more wind than that was coming our way.
Oh, you need a lot more wind for that one. You and Rayleigh are going to fight over anything that comes into the stands here. I love it. Or into the box. Prairie View, the 2-time defending SWAC champions. They've been to 2 straight NCAA tournaments. 3 overall in their history under Vernon Bland. This one skips in, 2-2 the count. Vernon in the third base coaching box. All-time winningest coach at Prairie View. 3-time SWAC coach of the year. 2018, right here on this field, was their first ever NCAA tournament appearance. Davis Diamond, the only regional the Aggies hosted. Prairie View was in it. And then 2 years ago, they were in Norman with Texas A&M. The 22 Norman Regional. Chopped at third, and Ryland will throw her out. One down as Smith is retired here to lead off the third.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll see that again this year.
Maybe we will. I would not mind it. Last year, Prairie View was sent to Baton Rouge in the LSU regional that was ended up eventually won by Louisiana Lafayette. There's Aaron Talley, the second baseman, junior out of Spencer, Oklahoma. First pitch is a ball. 3-0 Aggies here in the top of the third. Talley, .239 hitter, starting her 28th game. 7 home runs, 23 runs driven in. 7 homers, leading this Prairie View team. Swing and a miss out in front of that one. 66 miles an hour, and the count is even at 1. Last week, the Panthers swept Texas Southern. 3 straight one-run victories over the Tigers.
Ooh.
7-6 on Friday, and then 2-1 and 1-0 in a doubleheader Saturday. This one's fouled off onto the net in front of the Aggie dugout. Counts 1-2.
When you said they've won 12 out of their last 13, they got to be feeling really good just about how they're playing ball right now. And sometimes it's about scratching across and holding on to those one-run type victories. So it's about, at this point in the season, it's like, hey, any way you can win, right?
Yeah, well, they've got the bullseye on their back in that league. There's no question about it. There's the 1-2. Foul tip at the plate. And they haven't built up a wildly tough non-conference schedule this year as far as Power Fives. This is only their second Power Five game of the year, but again, you don't have to. I mean, the whole point, you have to win your conference tournament. That's how you're going to get in. And Prairie View has mastered that art of late, and they've done a heck of a job with it. Rise ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Tally retired, 2 down. That is 5 strikeouts now for Levitt.
More great spin and late break on this rise ball for Levitt. That's up and out of the zone by the time it gets to Coleman.
2 down. Here is the 9-hole hitter, Audrey, the center fielder. Senior out of Katy. First pitch is a ball off the plate. Left-handed hitter, .339 average with 11 runs driven in. Garcia 4th on the team in batting average. .10, fouled off.
Both Texas heavy rosters. You got to imagine a lot of these girls have played each other.
A lot of familiarity.
Yeah.
You start to see that too in a lot of the, when you have these regional teams, even LSU. So many of our kids are from Texas, and this one's a ball, 2-1, and they all played travel ball together, and they all know each other, all that stuff.
Especially these in-state midweeks.
2-1 the count. Line shot right at Ryland Wiggins at third. Nice play there by Ren and Alley due up. 3, 4, and 5. First pitch is a ball to Jazz. This is the 44 Farms meat of the order. 44 Farms invites you to enjoy premium all-natural Angus beef by visiting 44steaks.com. 44 Farms, the official beef of Texas A&M Athletics. Strike at the belt to Jazz, 1-1. Anytime I can work meat or beef or steak into a broadcast, it's going to happen.
Don't I know it?
It's going to happen.
Barbecue aficionado.
Not good at many things, but, take some things and run with it.
Eating's a good one.
Yeah. Popped in the air behind first base. It'll curl into foul territory. And second base, first base, sliding onto the track. Good hustle and effort there by first base Garza, second base Tally, right field Brown. Russ Heffley at first base. Coach is trying to duck and turn
get out of the way.
Right out of the way.
Yeah, that's one of those that, one, you see the wind obviously carrying that one, but that's kind of in that middle of nowhere.
Yeah. 1-2 the count to Jazz. It's outside, 2-2. Wind has shifted just a tiny bit. It's blowing in, but it's now blowing really towards the right field corner, side of the northwest or so. And we've seen it in this park. If the Aggies get it up in the air to right center, the wind is going to carry it towards the corner. 2-2, pop foul. Jazz Hill added another outfield assist to her tally this weekend at LSU. Vast improvement in threat, I would say, the Aggie outfielders this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't run on them too often.
2-2 pitch, ripped down the line, foul left side. Just foul, about maybe 6 inches or so. Jazz still running. And her teammates are going to let her hear it. Jeff Harger says, it's okay, come on back. Come on back, Jazz.
I was just about to say Raina's done a really good job of keeping the balls that have been hit off the Aggie bats. Nothing super hard. Yeah. That one, though, that's a rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, just foul. I don't think she realized.
Yeah. She's got her head down and running. 2-2 pitch to Jasmine Hill. That is high. Actually, a little bit outside, too. It was about letter high, maybe number high.
Yeah,
count is full, 3-2.
I think that just missed.
Yeah. First batter of the bottom of the third. Your Aggies up 3-0 over Prairie View A&M. Changeup floats in outside, ball 4. Off the plate in the river, 46 miles an hour, and Jazz walks for the second time today. Fourth walk of the game for Brianna Reyna.
Another good at bat by the Aggies, just being patient. Again, not chasing. They really don't have to here. It's about recognizing a good pitch, and a lot of it is, waiting back, providing your own power.
Yeah. Cannon, ground ball left side. It's through for a base hit. Just past the third baseman at Davis and into left. And Trinity Cannon, who has a sacrifice fly in the game, will add a single to her tally. Fourth hit of the game for the Aggies. Jazz will obviously stop at second base. Nobody out here in the third. Aggies will go to the bench and get a pinch runner. It's going to be Haley Golden to come run for Trin. Haley, the freshman out of Pearland, pretty much been first one off the bench for Texas A&M. You see Haley there. Time called, and we're going to get a new pitcher. Prairie View's made a T-Mobile call to the bullpen. It's going to be to junior Maya Hall. We'll go ahead and all right, here is Allie Enright, first batter she will face. First pitch is a strike at the knees on the outside corner. 63 miles an hour. Allie walked in the first inning. First and second, as you heard Donna say, nobody out. 3-0 Aggies here in the bottom of the third inning. Allie takes inside off the plate. And it counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Allie this season hitting .432 with runners in scoring position. Chopped at third base. It will roll foul. It's picked up between the base and the coach's box, and the count's 1-2.
Feels like she's just out in front of this a little bit. Again, we talked about the speed differential with the Panthers pitching. It's not a knock. It's just simply the difference in what they throw and what's in their arsenal. So it's really about waiting back here, barreling up that pitch over the plate.
That one's outside, 2-2 the count. This is the only kid on their roster that really has what you would call like a 1-to-1 strikeout to inning average or so. So this would be the closest thing they have to really a punch-out pitcher, and they need one here. 2-2. That's low. 3-2. Snap throw to first. Haley Golden a little bit off the bag and tiptoes her way back in past the tag of Garza. Counts full now to Allie Enright with nobody out.
Yeah, she's got to slide in or dive.
Yeah.
You can't be walking back in with a snap throw like that. They catch you sleeping.
3-2. Allie takes down ball 4. That fell below the knees, actually near the top of the shoes. Bases loaded now for A&M, and Maya Perez, nobody out. Prairie View has really worked themselves into a pickle here. The walks have frankly killed them in this game. I mean, the Aggies pushed one walk home in the first, pushed one walk home in the second. Bases are loaded here in the third on 2 walks and a base hit. There's Maya. Outside, ball 1. Singled up the middle, drove in a run in the first. Called a strike.
Yep.
0-1 the count. Just
it was
kidding.
late. It was late.
Yeah. I thought I timed him up. Usually it gives me an inning or two to time up the umpire. Maya cues this one foul down the runner's lane on the right side. The count's 0-2. This year, Maya with the bases loaded. Where is she? First at bat. And I know, obviously, as a hitter, you're probably extra amped up with the bases loaded.
You are, but you got to just think line drive, line drive.
Yeah. Pitch, Maya. Hard line hopper off the chest of the second baseman and into right field. It's going to score 2. Runners will move to second and third. That was a hard hit ball. It took a high hop on Tally and kicked into right field. It hit right off the letters on her chest and rolled into right field. We'll see how they score this one.
Yeah, hard contact by Maya Perez, who we know she can smoke the ball. Just looks like it takes a bad hop there. Comes up on Tally at second base and then is going to roll all the way into right field.
So 5-0 A&M. Scout Lovell's going to come run at second base for the Aggies. Well, I'm assuming it's a hit. We'll find out here in a minute. 5-0 A&M is all that matters.
I believe they scored it there. Well, that's where those walks come back to haunt you, right?
Yeah.
Because, like you said, 4 hits before, 2 of their other runs that scored were free bases.
First pitch is a ball. It gets off the glove of the catcher. Runner's coming home. The throw in is not in time. Slid to the left of the bag. Pitcher wasn't there in time, and so it's going to be, I think, a pass ball. First pitch to Rylan Wiggins will score a run, and it is now 6-0 Texas A&M.
Yeah, Allie Enright, it looked like waited a little bit to break for home plate, but that throw offline, and like you said, Maya Hall late to getting to the plate there.
Runner at third, nobody out. This pitch is high. Wild pitch on the call there. So wild pitch will bring the runner home and make it 6-0. So Scout Lovell, the pinch runner, is now at third. They were trying to squeeze there, and Ryland fouled the ball off at the plate, and it counts a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you get an opportunity to go up 6-0. Why not work on some situational stuff?
This one's high. 2-2. Going to be a pass ball. Pass ball charge to the catcher Figueroa on that last play for scoring with us. So just like that, the Aggies doubled their lead. Nobody out. There's a pitch. Ryland, flare down the line and left. It will land on the chalk. Fair ball. And Ryland's into second with a double. Scout Lovell had to wait to see if it hit fair, and she will come home to score. Ryland Wiggins drives in the run. It's 7-0 Texas A&M. I think that landed literally on the chalk.
I think so too.
Lyndon Baptiste watching it and then emphatically pointing fair.
Yeah, that flare out to shallow left has really been a hot spot tonight for the Aggies.
Turn on his mic and tell us what they saw. Making his way towards home plate. And wait on the call here.
After further review, the call on the field is upheld. A fair ball.
There we go. So it's a double. And Rylan Wiggins has driven in the run. And that will be her 20th of the season. 20 RBIs. It's now 5 Aggies with 20 or more RBIs this year. Allie Enright, Jazz Hill, Julia Cottrell, Trinity Cannon, and Rylan Wiggins. Runner at second is Rylan. Nobody out. And here's Grayson Coleman, who hits a line drive right at the shortstop, and it just kicked off her glove into left field. So Grayson on to first base, and the shortstop is not paying attention to Grayson, and she's now going to go take second base. Shortstop, I don't know if she hurt her hand or not. Time's called by Annette Bergman. That's a ball that has to be caught.
Yeah.
Wasn't hit with a crazy amount of pace. I'd have to see the replay to see what happened here.
I think it might have caught her finger.
So it's hit to the shortstop right in front of and it just kicked. I think it got off the top of her glove and caught her throwing finger.
Yeah.
Is what I think happened. So that's going to be an error, an E6 on that. Ryland takes third on the play, and Grayson smartly takes second base while the Prairie View Panthers were just kind of hanging out with the ball out there in the outfield. First pitch is a ball to Kramer. I think the shortstop, Smith, was kind of worried about her finger and wasn't watching the runner. And Grayson, you could see her just kind of inching, and says, all right. And then she went. As soon as she threw the ball towards the circle, Grayson took off for second. So runners at second and third, nobody out. Kramer up the middle. It will get through for a base hit. It's going to score 2 runs. Grayson to the plate. She is safe. Nope, out. Called her out at home plate. And Kevin Davis already knew there was going to be a review on that one. It was a strange slide by Grayson Coleman, who the play was a lot closer than I think it should have been on the play there.
Yeah, throw and some outie love to Garcia out center. That was a beautiful throw.
That's your spot.
Got to give love to the outies.
Yeah, here comes Kevin Davis. So this call should be upheld. And again, there's not clear and convincing that it didn't.
After further review, the call of the play stands out.
Out at the plate. The wind, you can hear the wind blowing on the umpire mic. It's blowing a good 20 miles an hour in. So out at the plate. Good job by Garcia on the throw. And that is her 4th outfield assist of the year. First out of the inning. 8-0 is your score. 8-0 A&M. Runner at second is Kramer. And we have our first pinch hitter of the game. It's going to be Kylie Griffin coming in to hit for Mari Harper. Griff, a sophomore out of Tyler, right-handed batter. 182 hitter, home run, 2 runs driven in. She'll remember that first one.
I'll remember that first. I think we'll all remember that first one. That might have been one of the hardest and furthest hit balls I've ever seen out of here.
Maddie Penta of Auburn watched it go over the scoreboard a couple Fridays ago. Ball 1 to the right-handed hitting Kylie Griffin. Aggies 5 runs home in this inning. They've extended the lead to 8. Jazz Hill walked and scored. Trinity Cannon singled and scored. Allie Enright walked and scored. Maya Perez singled and scored. There's a strike called to Kylie to even the count. Rylan Wiggins doubled and scored. Kramer Eschte is out at second base. 2 RBI, by the way, for Kramer in this game. She's now got 6 on the year. 1-1 the count to Griff. Popped up right side. Backing up behind first and making the catch is Garza. Off the end of the bat, Griffin is retired just behind first base for out number 2.
You know, the Panthers started out where they were playing solid defense, and really the biggest hiccup was the free bases, but they've got to be more communicative out there because we're seeing a lot of plays that could be.
Coco Woolley smokes that one into right center, and that's going to go all the way to the fence, and you know where she's going. Rounding second. Here she goes to third. Here's a good relay. She's in safe. Ball gets away from the third base, and here goes Coco. Throw home. Gets around the tag of the catcher, and she scores. Coco Woolley. 10-0 Texas A&M.
Were we not talking about this earlier? First of all, incredible piece of hitting by Coco Woolley, driving that thing out to right center. But then her base running is just, she puts on a clinic every time she's on the base paths. She causes chaos.
Watch this slide. This is insane. If you're watching with us at home, watch this slide. Just came inside the home plate side, so into the field of play, almost ran past the bag, Donna, and then dove at the last minute and stuck her right hand out and touched that far point of the plate. That is
so
incredible.
Heads up.
Base hit down the line, inside the bag at third by Jazz Hill. She's going to try to go to second. The throw in, she's out by a mile. So the Aggies will add, though, 8 runs into this game.
No Buc-ee's in
No
Navasota.
Buc-ee's in Navasota yet.
That'd be a problem. That'd be a real problem.
A big problem, especially if we live on the south side of town. Here's Nunez. She's 0 for 1 in the game. She's a .366 hitter as she stands in. And the first pitch is a strike from Emily Levitt. So quickly, let's reset your defense. Keely Williams, Kramer Eshte, and Allie Enright in the outfield. Rylan Wiggins, Sav Price, Amari Harper, Trinity Cannon around the infield. Grayson Coleman still behind the plate. Outside, 1-1 the count. This one bounces in. 2 balls, 1 strike to count.
If you're Levitt here, you want to make sure you don't lose that groove you were in. She was just sitting in the dugout for quite a while that inning.
Levitt through the first 3 innings, 41 pitches, 13, 13, and 15 split across the innings. Swing and a miss. Pitch outside, just kind of blew it by her. Just above the knees, 2-2 the count.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of late break on that. Looks like a screwball that she's been working to that outer half for lefties, but she'll go in on a righty with that pitch too. It's just been working for her today really well.
One's high. The count is full, 3-2. Maggie's not quite done. I mean, I know it's barely April, but a few more midweeks for Texas A&M this year. 3-2. And that's a called strike 3. Change-up. Again, a 2-strike changeup there, 1 out here in the 4th.
That pitch, first of all, looked so nasty. But that's been her bread and butter with 2 strikes. She keeps going to the well with that changeup. And not only is she throwing hitters with it, but she's throwing it for a strike.
Yes.
So it's like, hey, if you're not going to swing, I'm going to catch it over the plate too.
All right, here is Isabella Rodriguez pinch hitting. And the first pitch is a strike. Rodriguez, left-handed hitter. She is a freshman on the year. 207 hitter with 9 runs driven in. Left-handed batter, where's number 8? Off the plate to even the count at 1-1. The Aggies will have a midweek, 2 weeks essentially from today. They'll be in Denton, face North Texas. And they do have some midweeks the last week of April, but it's a weird week because they don't actually have a conference series. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. So the Aggies will have Ole Miss at home, muster weekend, and then the next weekend they don't play. But what they're doing is they're going Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with midweeks. They're playing Houston, Sam Houston, and A&M Commerce. They're off the weekend, then they play Florida. So not a lot of midweeks left. That's kind of a weird week, 2-2 the count. But next week, no midweek for the Aggies. They'll play Friday, Saturday, Sunday against Kentucky. Then they're off till the following Saturday when they play at Tuscaloosa.
Oh, they got that Saturday, Sunday,
Yes.
Monday in Tuscaloosa.
2-2 pitch. Grounded up the first base line. It bounces and stays fair. Trinity Cannon will pick it up and back up and step on the bag for out number 2. That thing kind of bounced and bounded slowly, just about 5 inches inside the line. 2 down, 10-0 Aggies here in the 4th.
Yeah, that looked like it might have wanted to tail foul, but it hung in there.
Here's Figueroa, the catcher, who struck out in the first. Big swing and a miss, strike 1.
I mean, that changeup.
Yeah.
Ooh.
55 miles an hour.
It had some late drop action on it, too. Man.
outside, 1-1. Yankees 28-7. Even with the weekend they had, they are tied for third, folks, in the SEC standings. Go over those next half inning. 1-1 pitch. Change up. That's a strike. Outside part of the plate, 1-2. Lovett, 6 strikeouts through 3 2/3 innings of work. Tries it again. That one just off the table and off the plate. 2-2 the count. That's her pitch, man. If she gets that thing going, she can be a big problem for hitters.
Yeah, especially when she works up, left to right, and then throws that off speed.
Here's the up rise ball there. Misses 3-2.
Not only are you deceptive, but then, again, that speed differential, the left to right, you really, as a hitter, you can't really anticipate what's coming, especially when she gets ahead in the count, doesn't really have to locate as much.
3-2. There's the changeup. There's a called strike 3. Bent the knees of the batter. And that will do it for Prairie View in the fourth. 12 up, 12 down for Emily Levitt. 7.05 ERA, one of their 2 primary starters, 15th appearance. Team high 72 2/3 innings of work. Opponents hitting .297 against her. Trinity Cannon's first pitch to her is taken for a strike. And we're underway here in the fourth. Trin 1 for 1 today with a sacrifice fly and a run scored. That's high. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
That sac fly, a 2-base effort by Coco Woolley.
That ball is in the air to left. Backing up the left fielder a bit. Still about 15 feet shy of the track. Nunez will make the catch, 1 out. Couple of other changes for Prairie View. Tally is now at shortstop as she makes the move over from second base. And Brandy Juarez is now playing second base. Pinch hitter for the Aggies. It's the birthday girl, Paige Lott, will come in and hit. Happy birthday, Paige. Right-handed hitter out of Dayton. On the season, 1 for 4 at the plate with a run scored.
I was going to ask you if you knew it was her birthday.
I pay attention to social media sometimes. I just happened to see that one. There's a swing and a foul tip. Glove for strike 1. You actually know how I know it's her birthday for sure. I did see it this morning, but you walked in the team room and there was a cake.
Oh, that's nice.
And Vestal says, "Get a piece of cake." And I was like, I don't know. And I saw it was red velvet. I go, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nope, we're going to get a piece of cake. 0-1 pitch to Page. This one's high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, you can hear them singing.
Singing in the dugout. Yeah. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Page's at bats this year. Valpo, Long Beach State, Valpo, St. Thomas, and North Texas is her last at bats. About a month ago. Popped up behind third base. Third baseman moves out of the whoop. Nope, backs up, makes the catch. Thought the shortstop called her off. But the third baseman, Davis, will make the catch and foul territory for out number 2. So 2 down. That'll bring up Maya Perez, who has driven in 3 runs today with a pair of singles. Pitch is a ball, 1-0 to Maya. 10-0 Aggies. 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
She made good hard contact in both of her at-bats today. The
pitch is taken high, right about the letters. 2-0 to Maya Perez. We're just checking in. Aggies 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 7-run third. It really opened up due to some walks. 2 walks in the first 3 batters in the inning really opened that one up. That pitch is down, 3-0.
And if you're Trisha Ford, this is what you wanted to see out of Maya Perez. We talked about she's one of the first pinch hitters off the bench.
Strike at the knees, 3-1. Yeah, well, you know, if you get an opportunity, no matter what the game is, you need to take advantage of it.
Oh,
Maya's
yeah.
done a good job. Pitch is off the plate, ball 4. Maya will walk. It is the 5th walk by an Aggie hitter today, and that will bring up another pinch hitter. Ayanna Coleman will come in and hit. You see the sophomore out of College Station will hit for Rylan Wiggins. 250 hitter on the year, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 15 runs driven in. She has 7 hits on the year, Donna. 5 are extra base hits.
I feel like I always say this when she comes up in pinch hitting situations, but really she's one of the most consistent pinch hitters I've ever watched. I mean, her number's called upon and she's ready to go. And I can't express how difficult it is to come off the bench, the middle to late innings of a game. A lot of times it's in an important spot, not necessarily right now, but a lot of times her number is called upon in those situations, and she delivers more often than not.
Yeah, and it's we've talked about on other broadcasts how the Aggies have their pinch hitter types and bench hitter types. There's a strike called on AC. Chart pitches like throughout the game.
Yeah.
So they are locked in and focused. Right. Kennedy Powell, by the way, Aggies' normal starting third baseman, has come in to run at first for Maya. So here's AC, 1 out, or 2 out, excuse me. Runners going, throw down, and into second base safe is Kennedy Powell on the stolen base. There's a swing and a miss from Ayanna Coleman. The count is now 0-2. Oh, we have a runner left early, I believe. Yeah. Okay, Kennedy Powell left early, according to Annette Bergman. And so I don't know if Trisha Ford's going to want to challenge this or not. She's trying to see if she left early or not, and Russ Heffley, it looks like, says she did. So runner left early, and that will end the inning. So no stolen base. He's gotten his, he's got an extra. His Apple Watch has probably done the whole, like, you've reached your exercise ring.
He's closed his circles.
Closed the circles. So. Looks like the microphone may not be on right there. Trying to see if he can, yeah, the microphone isn't coming, the runner's out. Yeah, okay. So the microphone wasn't working there, but yeah, runner did leave early, and so that will now officially end the 4th inning as the Aggies will take a 10-0 lead.
So don't underestimate the Wildcats. They're coming in here hot.
Yeah. All right, Brooke Vestal in the circle. Jalen Davis leading this off. And the first pitch from Brooke is outside, ball 1. Davis, right-handed hitter, 0 for 1 in the game, struck out against Levitt. Give you Levitt's line here in just a sec. Next pitch from Brooke is high and outside, 2-0. Levitt, 4 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts through 58 pitches, 38 of those strikes. That might be my favorite number. 38 strikes, 20 balls. That's a great ratio.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Really nice outing there for Emily Levitt. 2-1 now the count to Jalen Davis. Big series this weekend. I believe it is Georgia at Tennessee. That's a pretty large one. I'll have to confirm that, but I believe that's what I heard. And then the other big one, there's a swing and a miss, 2-2. LSU at Florida.
And that pitch specifically, Vestal just floats that over the plate. Her spin when she's on is outrageous.
Yeah. She's another one the Aggies really need to kind of get rolling. Really someone they can count on. A lot of that spin there, but that fell down off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count.
We've seen flashes of it. We'd love to see it consistently with Vestal. Just, again, she's another weapon, this Aggie pitching staff, that when she's got all that spin going, I mean, man, is it tough to track and tough to hit.
Pop foul onto the net, 3-2. Yeah, Georgia is at Tennessee this weekend, and then LSU is at Florida. Of course, the Aggies in Kentucky. 2 weeks, the Aggies will be in Tuscaloosa against Alabama. That will be the what you call the featured series, where the Aggies and Alabama play Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. What a nasty pitch that was.
Brooke Vessel just pulling the string on that one. Really, really pretty change. The outside corner of the plate gets Davis swinging.
1 out here in the 5th, 10-0 Aggies.
Attention please, pitching for Prairie, number 15, Karina Cisneros.
Heard Mike Fitch there. Karina Cisneros, senior, will pinch hit here for the Panthers, right-handed batter. And the first pitch misses. For ball 1. Cisneros on the year, 5 for 19 at the plate. That's a .263 average. 2 runs driven in on the year. 14th game she has appeared in. High and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out here in the 5th inning. On the radio side, stay tuned on the post-game show. We'll head down to the dugout, catch up with Tricia Ford, get her thoughts after this one. And then the Aggies will turn their attention to the Kentucky Wildcats. 2-0, way outside, 3-0. Last year, the Aggies went into Lexington in their 3rd series of the season and took 2 of 3. Actually won the first 2 as a Saturday doubleheader. The Aggies had to rally big to win one of them. The first one, they won like 14-13 or 13-12. It's a 3-0 pitch. That's a strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, I remember it being like an offensive heavy series actually that whole weekend.
And then it was 10-2.
Yeah.
In the second game of that, and then the Aggies lost the 3rd game on Sunday. 3-1 pitch from Vestal. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Nice job making her pitches there, coming back from down 3-0 in the count.
Vestal ready, next pitch, way high and outside, ball 4. That is the first base runner of the ball game for Prairie View. Comes with 1 out here in the 5th inning. Aggie pitching had retired 13 straight. So 1 on, 1 out.
Your attention please, pitching for Prairie View, number 6, Madison Parker.
Here is Madison Parker, a senior out of Belton, will come in and hit. Right-handed hitter. First pitch from Brooke. Push bunt, popped right side, and almost getting to it is Cannon. It bounces foul just in the coach's box. So 1 strike here on Parker. Find her here. She has just 2 at-bats on the year, 0 for 2 at the plate. 3rd appearance for her.
That made it almost all the way to Trim on a line.
Trying to catch the Aggies. Now Cannon's coming in just a tiny bit at first. Cued off the end of the bat, foul right side, and the count is 0-2. Aggies 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 7 in the 3rd inning. That's how they got this 10-0 lead. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 outs. Situational hitting also much better for the Aggies today. Donna, it's and I understand the competition level has come way down, but A&M had 3 hits all weekend with runners in score position against LSU. They got 5 here today.
That's just important for getting your groove back a little bit. Being able to capitalize on those moments, which, again, they have. And it doesn't matter who's on the other side. That's for them. And it's to feel good about headed into this weekend.
Second baseman Brandy Juarez takes a strike. First at bat of the game. She came in defensively last half inning. Here's the pitch. Skipped in by Brooke. Grayson blocks it. No advance. 1 ball, 1 strike to Juarez, who is 2 for 10 at the plate with a run driven in and 3 runs scored on the year. Aggies 10, Panthers 0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch. That is a ball just below the knees.
Yeah, it just missed.
Yep. 2-1 the count. Temperature dips a little bit. It's windy, which makes it feel colder than it is. 64 degrees right now as the sun starts to set. 2-1. Pop foul here coming back to our left, and the count's 2-2.
Oh, I mean,
Where'd that go?
If you can find that one, you can
Not in
Close-
the press box.
close enough. Just missed.
But not anywhere near us, I mean.
No, other
A
side.
few booths over.
No,
Yeah.
believe me, if that was
I was
on our
about to say.
side, I actually might be out of the window of our box.
2-2 the count. Here's the offering from Vestal. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That will do it. And the Aggies get a combined no-hitter from Brooke Vestal and Emily Levitt. Texas A&M wins it 10-0.
Brief 5-second instrumental interlude. Check it, I'm in the kitchen cooking up a masterpiece. I'm the chef bringing flavors that'll never cease. Got my apron on, spatula in hand, flipping rhymes like I flip a pan. Whisking up words, making magic with my flow. Every verse I serve, it's like a culinary show. From the stove to the mic, I'm on fire. Mixing up metaphors, my skills never tire. I'm the rap chef, slicing through beats. Seasoned with a rhythm, every verse is a feast. From the pot to the page, I'm cooking up rhymes. A culinary wordsmith ahead of my time. I chop it up like veggies on a cutting board, crafting each line sharper than a sword. My words marinate, soak into your soul, leaving you hungry for more. That's my goal. I saute similes, grilling metaphors. My flow's so hot, it'll leave you scorched. From the appetizer to the main course, I serve up bars with unstoppable force. I'm the rap chef, slicing through beats, seasoned with a rhythm. Every verse is a feast. From the pot to the page, I'm cooking up rhymes. A culinary wordsmith ahead of my time. So next time you hear my tracks, know it ain't by chance. I'm the chef in the kitchen bringing flavor to the dance. From the first bite to the last, you'll savor every line. I'm the rap chef, and this is my design.